Hello. Can we hear me now? Don't restart your computer. I think it's me. Okay. Let me pull my mic a little bit closer. How are we doing? I don't have any earbuds. Maybe I need to put some on so I can hear what's happening. I apologize.
Can we hear me now?
It's working.
Don't restart your computer.
Okay, let me just put these on so I can hear myself. And then we are going to roll because I have a loaded teaching today. I'm super excited about it. Okay, here we go. I can hear myself now. There we go. All right. So today I want to talk to you about consistency and motivation and willpower and the secret, which I'll tell you later. All right, let's see. Can I see everybody? Hey, Shannon. Thanks for joining me. I'm so glad y'all are here. So let me know if I sound okay now. It's a little bright. There we go. All right, here we go. Okay, so hey, ladies. Today we're talking about motivation and consistency. And I want to start here. If you feel like you keep starting over, if you feel good for a few days and then everything starts to go sideways and fall apart, if you feel like you just need to get your motivation back, that's not actually the problem. Motivation is fleeting. It's not what keeps you consistent. So, I want to talk to you about how you're relying on things that actually won't serve you. And this is what keeps you in the repeat loop. And not all my ladies, because my girls up in my Facebook group, they are rolling. They're doing some amazing things. We don't get to talk all the time, but they are doing amazing things. They're making changes. They are paying attention to, they're listening to what I'm teaching them inside the group so that they can actually like really take hold of what they need to do. And today I'm going to be breaking down all of this in a really simple, fun way so you can understand and you can actually figure out what's going on and do something about it. So let's talk about the structure of this live and how I want to handle everything. Okay. So what we're going to do today, since it's the very first one, I'm going to walk you through the difference between willpower, motivation, and something else that most women misunderstand. And once you see the difference, this is actually going to click in your brain in a completely different way. So once we get through what I'm teaching, then we're going to move into a Q&A. And when you want to ask questions, I'd like you to wait till that time. And I want you to put a capital Q, Q, Q. I learned this from some other YouTube lives that I've been on. And when you do that, it brings attention to me. Now, I'm hoping I can figure out how to bring it up onto the screen. We'll see what happens. This is my first time in Riverside doing this. I have been on other lives and they were in the StreamYard. And so we'll just see how easy this is. We'll figure it out. Okay. So if something comes up for you, you want to make comments, you can make comments throughout. I'll read them at certain times. But basically, the goal here is for me to teach you something, give you some value, and then answer your questions. So I am so ready. So let's talk about housekeeping really quick. I want to give you a quick couple updates. Some things have changed in some of the things that I'm doing. And I wanted to give you an update since the YouTube channel has not really blown up at this moment. If you're watching, please subscribe if you already haven't subscribed and like. I would love for you to kind of be up on the speed of what's happening because some changes have happened. And let's just give you a quick update. So the first thing is new YouTube videos will be dropping on Wednesday at noon instead of Friday at 10 a.m. So that's the new rollout. I have an amazing interview that's coming out on Wednesday at noon Eastern time. So that's Eastern time. My podcast has gone from 2 episodes to 1, and that episode will be dropping on Tuesdays at 5 a.m. Eastern time. And we also have an amazing Facebook group. There's about 123 ladies in there, I believe. And we are having fun. And there are some ladies are engaging, some may not even see my notifications. I hope that they can come into the group and really grab some of the amazing things that I'm teaching in there because this is my passion. This is why I'm here. Okay. So we do a Zoom now on the last Thursday of the month, and it's at 7 p.m. Eastern right now. And that is so that we can see each other and build community and really learn together and grow. So, if you have people saying that your low carb or your carnivore is a little weird and crazy, then maybe you should join my Facebook group and be part of this movement that we have going on. Be part of, coming in as a founding member and really directing the conversation and really supporting other women who are on this journey like you. It's amazing. Okay. And we go way deeper in the Facebook group. And if you want to follow me for like stories and updates and stuff, you can go to my Instagram, which is the same as my handle here, which is my.carnivore.lifestyle. And let's see what else. The easiest way to know everything that's going on in my ecosystem is to get on my insider list. And that is going to carnivorelifestyle.com. And then in the upper right corner, there is the insider list. So you just click there, you're going to opt in. And let me tell you, a lot of the ladies didn't get the email because it went to their spam, and you have to go over there and click safe and have it come over into your regular email. And I would just, I would put it on the wait list. And that is how you know what's happening when my new YouTube videos drop, when my podcast drops, whatever I've got going on, you will learn there. And if you've already joined and you haven't seen my emails, go to the spam folder, y'all, and just make sure that you've put it as a safe email. And I think that's the only thing you have to do. You might have to verify it, but it will let you know there. Also, one last thing. I'm developing an app. It's called Carnivore Lifestyle. It's for midlife women, and I'm developing now. And so I've been doing some interviews, and my goal is to get 20 interviews. And I would love to talk with women who are willing to share their story, tell me where they're at, tell me where they want to be, tell me what they think the solution is, and help me really to put the solution in my app so that you can have real time feedback and access to cutting edge carnivore lifestyle info. So there's that. And you will want to email me at hello@carnivorelifestyle.com. I'm giving y'all a lot of things to do. I apologize. And that way you can send me app in the subject line and then just tell me you want to help me with developing the app. And everyone who does participate will be entered into my $50 giveaway that I'm doing. Let's move on. So, got that. All right, let's get into it. So, part one, willpower. Who here has tried willpower? I would love for you to let me know in the comments if you've tried willpower and did it work for you. It never worked for me and most of my clients. So, I'm curious, did it work for you? Okay, so willpower is really something that you're just holding on tight, you're forcing yourself to do it. It's a lot of effort. And it is you saying, I do not want to do this, but I'm going to make myself do it anyway. Who here enjoys that? I don't enjoy it. I do not like willpower. And the real problem with willpower is it depends on how much energy you have that day. It depends on how stressed out you are. It depends on how much you already have used up for your day because willpower is fleeting, just like the next thing we're going to talk about. So if your consistency depends on willpower, it's always going to feel like a fight, like you're forcing yourself. And I don't know about you, but like it's a pain to believe that willpower is the way to go. And the main thing that you should take away is willpower requires force, and force runs out. Part two, let's talk about motivation. Who here tries motivation? Because I know for myself personally, motivation feels good. It comes and it goes. Some days you feel ready, some days you don't. And some days you're so excited that you're ready to go do the thing. Then some days life just happens and hits you and everything shifts. So motivation is not bad, it's just unreliable. I don't know if you've ever thought motivation was like something you could actually do every day. I have not been able to do that. There are days I'm like, nope, not doing that. We ain't doing it. Nope. Now, it is unreliable. And if you're depending on motivation so that you can stay consistent, you are tying your progress to how you feel on a daily basis. And how you feel is always going to change. So motivation comes and it goes. So it can't be the thing that you depend on. Let's talk about the real thing. I would love for you guys to let me know. Can you still hear me? And what is your thought on willpower and motivation? Do you have any practice with either one of these? And how did it turn out for you? I can't see anything right now. Let's see. Okay, everyone can hear me. All right. Okay. Now the plan is to go till 4:30, maybe 4:40. I'm going to be teaching some things and then we're going to do Q&A and we're going to talk about where you are, what you've been dealing with and like how you've experienced willpower and how you've experienced motivation because um if it was going to work, wouldn't it have worked already? Willpower never works. Thanks, Jenny. Yeah. And we've been taught this our entire lives. An entire lifetime, we believe that we could make ourselves do things. Now, I'm a believer, so I believe that God's got a plan for me. He's actually got gifts, talents, a purpose that He's given me. That's why I'm here because I can't keep what I know to myself. I have to share it. And I know that we've believed a lot of lies as women for a long really long time. And I'm done letting you believe the lies. I am here to set this straight, this set everything straight and get you to where you understand that your life is more than just the moments. You have a plan for yourself that you want so badly, but you keep chasing down all the things that we've been told and they're not actually working. So what if we just stop playing around with that and we just got to the good part? Who is ready for the good part? I know at least one of my clients is on here. I'm just interested. You see my dog sleeping. I'm just two in here. Yeah, I have two in here. The other one is, let me see, Kenneline. She's right there. So we've been lied to a long time and we believe the lies. And we want to get to the good part of our life. We want to enjoy our life, do the things we want to do. And we're sick and tired of trying to figure this all out. Yes, you are ready. Shannon, you are ready to stop the nonsense. Let's get to the good part. Okay, let's see. I had to move my notes. Let's see if I can get to the part I'm supposed to be at. Yep, we did that. Who else is ready to learn the answer? I've got the answer, y'all. It's very exciting. So I talked about this on my Instagram the other day. I put up a reel and I was talking about this and I gave a little bit of clues and just a challenge. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go over there and follow me on Instagram. All right. So if it's not willpower and it's not motivation, let's talk about the real shift. The answer you've been looking for, right? But there is a caveat. There is a mindset. There is a perspective that we need to work on. So, what could it be that would cause consistency and create habits in your life? What could that be? Anybody got a guess? Definitely. Okay. This is where most women get all of this wrong. First of all, we've been taught to believe things that weren't true, but also it's not about trying harder. It's not about waiting to feel ready. Who's with me? It is about what you practice. Habit stacking. Ooh, that's pretty good. James Clear. We love James Clear. Okay, so habit stacking, boom, that's an amazing thing to do. But I want to tell you that consistency does not come. We love results. Yes, we're going to get results. Boom. I love that. All right, so consistency doesn't come from emotion, it comes from repetition. And repetition is what turns something into a habit. So it's doing something over and over again. Now, note I did not say do 800 things at the same time over and over again. It's actually doing one thing consistently. And that repetition is what turns something into a habit. So what you practice consistently becomes what you do automatically. Now, we talk about this in the Facebook group. So my ladies here know that the way to make something automatic is to pick one thing. Okay. And you have to know why you're doing it too. That's important. But they pick one thing and they literally go and they do that one thing and they do it over and over. And why is this important? Because your brain loves to automate whatever you tell it on a regular basis. So if you're telling it negative crap, you got to stop doing that. Okay. You actually have to tell it what you really want. And the reason this is important is because it will automate things that you tell it. So if you get on the right track and you start telling it what you really want, then your brain will be like, oh, she keeps going down this road. Maybe we should automate it. And then you can actually get the thing that you're trying to get to, the habit, automated. Then you can move to the next one. And this is so important. Listen, I want you to hear this. The goal is not to keep forcing yourself to do things, especially forever. It's about practicing something enough that it becomes easier and your brain's like, boom, I got you. Because if you're stuck in a negative loop and you keep telling yourself, I can never do this. This is too hard. I fail. I'm broken. Yep. Your brain will tell you, got you. Let's go. Let me just keep reminding you of what you keep telling me. If you don't like it, let's change it. So let me give you a real life example. Okay. I want to give you a simple example. When you're with someone and they're doing something, and you like, so example, I had to go and be somewhere for like 3.5 hours yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was Thursday. And so while I was there, I had a choice to make. So I could just sit on my butt and do nothing for 3.5 hours, or I could be like, "Oh," and it was a very, very nice day, and it was a good area to walk in. So, I decided, well, I got this little step counter, let me show y'all. Anybody else got a pedometer that's like old school? It's not on your phone. I don't like having my phone on me with Wi-Fi and all that junk on, but I have this little pedometer. So look, I'm at 8,810 steps and it is 4:25 p.m. Guess what? I'm going to hit 10,000 today. The reason I'm going to do that and the reason why I'm even doing this is because we need to move our bodies. We were made to move. So the example is I had a choice. I could sit and work on my computer, or I could go outside and walk. So I decided to go outside and make laps around this huge complex. And it was so nice out. And I was actually responding to people in my Facebook group while I was walking because it was a really nice area. And we have choices, right? We have the opportunity to hold on to things called non-negotiables. Instead of having just a goal, what if you had a non-negotiable and it was something that you could, no matter what, make sure that you do that? I have a few of them and I work really hard to make sure that they happen no matter what. It might be late and I'd be out there walking around my house outside or walking on my treadmill in the basement, but one of my non-negotiables is to get 10,000 steps a day. That's just an example I wasn't motivated to do it because, it's an emotional thing. I just was like, I can choose to keep walking, keep doing the thing I do when I'm at home, or I could go sit down. And I was already sitting for like an hour and a half to get there. And so it was a long day. And when you practice those things and you actually don't make yourself, you just choose, then you have this amazing thing. Are you ready for it? I don't think I said it yet. Maybe I did. Okay. It's just a practice of showing up, even when life isn't perfect, and doing the thing that you've promised yourself that you were going to do. This is what changes your life. So let's reveal it. Let me give you some clarity. So what most women misunderstand is discipline. Who here wants to learn how to practice discipline in a way that serves you? Because a lot of women actually think that discipline is about making themselves, kind of like willpower and motivation. They kind of use it the same way. They wish they were more disciplined, but they don't understand that it's really about practicing, consistency, and thinking of possibilities. I apologize. I'm going to get some water. So, discipline's about it's not about, let me say this, discipline's not about being harder on yourself. Discipline is the practice of showing up consistently until it becomes a habit. And then what happens when you have a habit, y'all? Which Jenny already alluded to this. What happens when you have a habit? I'm trying not to answer. I know there's a little bit of a delay. That's what I was reading about earlier. Anybody know what happens when it becomes a habit? You have habits you want to get rid of. I know you do. So once it becomes a habit, it's what? It's pretty much it's there. It's ingrained. And that's why it works. Because it lowers your effort over time because you're showing up for yourself. You're doing all the things. And when you do this and you don't rely on motivation, which is an emotional thing, and you aren't going to need to force yourself the same way because it becomes part of who you are, part of how you live. And that's an identity. So, right now, activities become second nature. Boom, Jenny, yes. So, right now, you can look at your life and go, okay, I want to become the woman who what? Tell me in the comments. You want to become a woman who what? Who does what? It's really important to understand that your identity is where it is now, but you can change your identity by becoming the woman who does ABC. Let's use James Clear since this got brought up earlier. James Clear teaches in his book Atomic Habits, which I love this book. It helped me so much when I was working on myself and healing my relationship with food and my body and exercise and doing a lot of work. It really helped me to understand. So let's give this analogy. And if you're a smoker, I'm not coming after you. I'm just using an analogy from his book. So he said that when someone changes their behaviors, changes direction, let's say it's a smoker and they don't want to be a smoker anymore. So he gives this example of okay, so if they don't want to be a smoker anymore, the first thing they do is they stop saying I'm a smoker. So if someone stops them and asks them for a cigarette, they go, "Oh, I'm not a smoker. I don't have any cigarettes." Because in order to match the identity, right? And especially when they're starting out, they got rid of the ashtray. They got rid of the cigarettes. They got rid of the lighters. They got rid of all the things that identified with them being a smoker. They got rid of the swing on their porch, y'all, because that's where they went and smoked cigarettes. So they had to change up their environment in order to support that change. And when this happens, it's incredible because they decide I'm not this. So what is yours going to be? Okay, I have a red light. I'm not sure where that's coming from. It's probably just the sun coming in, maybe. Anyway, I practiced becoming someone who actually loved myself, loved my body no matter what it looked like, no matter how I felt inside of it. Just learn to absolutely care for and love my body because it's the only one I'm going to get, y'all. God gave me this one. So, the thing I want you to understand is discipline is not punishment. It's practice. Who here is wanting to practice some discipline? Please tell me. And if you guys need, I think the people that are here now actually are on my insider list. Let me know if you're not. I can actually drop the link, I think, for that. And now, what I want to do right now is before we get into questions, I just want to give you a quick reminder. If you, like I said, want the easiest way to stay connected to everything that I'm sharing, building, teaching, then join my insider list. Let me grab that really quick. And if you have any comments, drop them over here. Let's see. Maybe, maybe. Let's see if I can grab this link and I'll just drop it for y'all in the chat. All right, here it is. Well, all right, this is my insider list link. You just go there and enter your info. And then remember to go to your email. You have to go find it. And once you find it, you have to tell your email service that it's safe. So it'll let you actually get it. It's kind of important. I have a lot of stuff that goes to spam, and I'm like, oh, no wonder I never saw that. Interesting, but nobody told me. Okay. The other thing, and that's where everything connects. I'm going to tell you about my Facebook group. I'm going to send links to that. I'm going to share the newest episode for my podcast. And I'm also going to share my YouTube, which it's at the bottom. There's a link at the bottom to go there, but I'll figure out how to put a button in there. And also, remember I told you that I have a community. It's called Carnivore Lifestyle for Women Community on Facebook. And I don't have the link for that right now. And then we do Zoom calls. We've got one coming up on I think it's the 26th of March, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Like I said, I'm going to share, I have the replay for that, but you have to be in our community in order to get that. Now, one thing about the community, I have to deny people all the time or decline people all the time coming in because they either don't answer any questions at all or they skip and pick and choose. And so and I'm not going to spam you. I'm wanting to know that you're like legit and that you're coming in because you honestly want to be part of the group. So I require the 3 questions answered. And I also require the group rules that you agree to that in order to let you in. Now, some of the ladies, when I was new, got in, but I'm very strict on that because I need people to show up and actually want to be part of the community. So, if you're tired of trying to do all this by yourself and you are tired of piecing it all together on your own, just join my free Facebook group. And like I said, make sure you are going to verify your email because you won't see it. It's probably in the promotions or spam folder. And if you are interested in asking me anything, I would love for you to drop a capital QQQ in the comments with your question so that I can actually see it. And while I'm waiting, I've got actually some questions that have been asked before that I thought I would bring to this live so that I could stir you up so you could figure out what you might want to ask me. So, most people will ask me, where are you relying most on motivation and how to stop feeling motivated or having to feel motivated? And I just tell them, look, you're always going to have a feeling like people. Okay, I'm not a runner. I've been a runner for like a second in my life, and then I realized it was bad for me. So I stopped doing that. But there are people that are runners and, they want to wake up early in the morning and go for a run, but they have a choice to make. Their bed's warm. It feels amazing. They don't want to do it. And that's because it's not a discipline they're practicing. It's not an identity that they're creating. It's not something that's a non negotiable. It's literally something they like to do. And they do it sometimes. But most of the time, they're like, I'll do it tomorrow. What if you didn't have to, first of all, get up and run? I don't teach running. I am a personal trainer, but I teach strength training and walking, not power walking, just walking. Another thing is, where are you forcing things with willpower? I cannot stand willpower. Who here likes it? Not me. I know that we're supposed to do things, but what if you could just learn to practice doing one thing, get really good at it, and then let it automate, and then go, okay, what's the next thing I want to work on and why? That's another thing we do inside the group is we talk about the ladies having a why, and the reason they need a why is because there are going to be hard days that you don't want to eat what you promised yourself you were going to eat. You don't want to go to bed early. You don't want to go exercise. You don't want to do any of those things because you're like, whatever. But if you have a strong why and you have it, like one of my clients has it where she reads it, and when she reads it, she's telling her brain that this is what she wants. And when she does that consistently, her brain's like, I got you. Let's just move on because I got you. And her why is beautiful. It is so deeply written on, I don't know what, I'm not sure what I have going on in my head over here. It's very interesting. I wonder if it's that. No, it's not that. I don't know what it is, but it's driving me nuts. Let's see. We got rid of it. Look at that. Okay, so having to force yourself to do something is way less fun and enjoyable than actually just doing something for the reasons that you've set aside, the why. If you are on carnivore, you came here for a reason. Did you write it down? Are you paying attention to that? Are you seeing that when you focus on your why, you actually do the thing? But when you don't focus on your why, you will be like, not today. I'm not doing that today. Now, what is one habit that would change your life if you practice it consistently? Tell me in the comments. One habit. What is one habit that would change your life if you practiced it consistently? Mine's going to bed on time. Okay. It's going to change my life. Uh, one of my well, I have several. One is drinking enough water every day. Walking. I love that. Yes. So, how are you setting yourself up to make that a discipline, Shannon? For me, I'd rather sit right here and get a lot of work done, okay? And I actually, because it's beautiful outside, I will after today, because I just got my computer redone and can't take this one outside with me, but I have a laptop. So I love to sit on the front porch and be exposed to the sun. So that's a really important thing for me to at least be exposed to the sun several times a day. And I love to be out there when the sun's starting to go down. And my brain and my mitochondria actually are like, oh, the day is coming to an end. This is awesome. You need to do it, not just think about it. Okay. So how can you set yourself up for that? How are you going to do it? Walking will change your life for sure. There are so many benefits. I want you to Google and you have to search down like 10. 10 levels down. The first like 10 things, I don't even want to talk about it. I'll sound crazy, but go down through there and look after the first 10 responses or like search responses. Go down. Find something that somebody holistic or coach or whatever is talking about. Walking can change your entire body. It's amazing. And I'm not talking about, okay, how could we state that in a positive way and be telling the truth? Because I get stop procrastinating. Well, what would be a possibility or a positive thing to think instead that would actually motivate you, not motivate you like motivation, but would actually get you to think, I could do that. This is easy. Because what I do after every meal, I go walk for 10 laps. It used to be 10 minutes, but it takes me longer than 10 minutes to get around the yard 10 times. So in the morning, I go out and I do 20 laps with my dogs. I have two shepherds and that. That one I inherited. And so I go outside and I do 10 laps with the white dog. That's Quavo. And then I do 10 laps with the shepherds. And so I get 20 laps around my yard first thing in the morning, like 2,500 to 3,000 steps, depending. And it makes me feel so good. And because I'm going out there at first light, do you know what first light is? Whoops, sorry. First light is right when the sun's coming up. And so you're telling your body, hey, mitochondria, the sun's out. They're like the batteries of your body. So when they're exposed to the sun, it's like magical. But just walking in general lowers your cortisol in your body. It calms your nervous system. It's cardio, but it's the fun kind of cardio. It's not jumping around and doing all the stuff. So Jenny said, one habit that I want consistency with would be drinking water. The way I do it, and I have a new way I'm doing it. So I usually just fill up jars, like one jar over and over again. So now I have four of them, and you may have, just take them with you, whatever. But I actually put um, four jars on the counter, and it's just a visual thing for me. But I drink it, then I put this one in the sink. I know that's crazy, but it's a new thing. It's just where I can actually go, oh, at the end of the day, I can see all four of them. And so this is 24 ounces, not 32. We've been told they were 32, but it's 24 to here, 32 to here. So I don't know who could walk around with 32 in there and not spill it. But so I do four of these a day. I also, I've been practicing, let's see, what is it? 50 squats and 25 counter push-ups. I'm not on the floor doing them. I'm actually like diagonal pushing on the counter. And I'm doing these exercises that Dr. Eric Berg taught recently. And it is neck exercises for the fascia in your neck. It's all around and we have it all over our whole body, but I'm working on that. So I'll let you know how it works out. A pedometer would help to walk more because the step count could be motivating it. Without motivation, let me just say, seeing the number and it's reset a couple of times. So, like, I have it stuck in my pants a certain way because it has a little button on the top and it'll reset itself. So, it has reset itself. And then I had to write it down. Dollar Tree has cute glass jars like Christina's with lemon on the jar and the lid. Very stylish. Cool. So just figure out how many ounces are in it and then set your goal or your, why can't I think of the word I was trying to say? Your non-negotiable of how many ounces you want to get a day. And then you can mark it down. I just have the four sitting on the counter. I'm a very visual person. Okay, so what about, all right, you said walk more because the step count could be motivating or join an app like Stride Kick and join a challenge. Yep. What if there's no challenge though, Jenny? What if you couldn't find a challenge? Now, I just had someone, so I'm going to bring this up to y'all because I'm going to create something. So, weather has been an issue. Hold on, I missed one. So Shannon said walking. I need to just do it and not think about it. Stop procrastinating. Weather has been an issue. So here's what I do when weather's an issue. I have a treadmill in the basement, but you can walk around inside your house, or I have a carport. So my neighbors probably think I'm crazy. I'll be out there on the carport walking around in a circle. I also go up and down my stairs because they count too. And I actually have a hoodie. I don't really care if I get wet, but I have a hoodie and I just go out there, walk because I walk dogs anyway. But sometimes I just go walk anyway. What kind of weather do you have? Is it storms? I wouldn't walk in a storm, but rain, I'll walk in a rainstorm or just rain, not a storm. No thunder, no lightning. Okay, so let me ask you this. Where do you keep starting over? Think about that. It's easy to start over when you keep telling yourself you can do 80 to 800 things. Like on a Friday, be like, I'm going to rewrite my whole life. I'm going to do it. And then on Monday, it's going to go amazing. And then usually on Monday, we get there and we're like, I'm a failure. I can't do this. When it's just seriously step way back and pick what do you think the main thing is that you're having an issue with? Like, what is the main core issue that maybe everything else is stemming from? If you're trying to fix all the things that are just the symptoms, you're actually not going to get to the root, which is actually what I teach. Like that's the main thing is getting to the root cause and stop chasing the symptoms, stop chasing the diets, stop chasing all the things and be consistent with something so you can actually see what happens. All right. All right. So one habit that I want, you said water. I have a bottle with me all the time, but I typically don't get thirsty. So it's a struggle. Okay. Now, mine wasn't the same, but when I was younger, I couldn't make myself drink water. I was so far from where I am now. But I was like, I don't like water. This is terrible. Why do I have to drink water? And then I was like, I know I need more of it. And so I got a cup I couldn't see through. Funny part, I was like 22, maybe. Looking back, it's a little silly, but what if you had a timer on your phone or you had a non-negotiable that you made with yourself that was like, "You know what? I'll do this after I drink some water." I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you ideas of what typically could help you, but it's all a decision, you know? It's all a decision. I'm just trying not to miss anything. Let's see. Okay. So where do you keep starting over? Do you guys have anything? So is it drinking water? Is it making sure you go walk? Because sometimes we're like, something else sounds way more fun than that. But you can either make it like a game where you get to do this after you go for a walk. I don't do that. I just want to challenge myself to actually eat the food and then go outside and walk. Because did you know that when you walk for 10 minutes after your meal, that it is as effective as metformin at lowering your blood sugar, just walking for 10 minutes. I'm not talking about a power walk, y'all. We're not power walking. We're just strolling. That's it. It's amazing. Okay. So it says mostly cold in Ohio. Spring is trying to happen. So I get that. In Virginia, we actually, oh, I figured out how to do this. I'm going to put your comment up. Let's see what happens. It worked. Okay. So mostly cold in Ohio. Spring is trying to happen. So in Virginia, what happened was we got a bunch of weather that was like 70s, 80s, and 90s for a week, right shortly after a big snowstorm that we had. And then it dropped to 27. We were like, what happened? And my friend's like, yeah, it's not spring. I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're confused. I was like, no, I rebuke that. I'm not saying because they said, the groundhog saw its shadow. We got 6 more weeks of winter. No, I rebuke that. We're not having that. And when the warm weather came, it just showed us what's happening. And then it dropped back down a little bit. And Ohio is way colder than Virginia. I believe that. But I have this friend. Her name's Katie. And no matter, she travels all over the country and she is in radiology. And she literally goes walking no matter the temperature outside, y'all. She goes walking every single day and she gets more than 10,000 steps a day, but it's part of her wellness routine. It's part of her non-negotiables. So she gets lots of steps every day, usually 15,000. Not saying to do that. Look, if you don't even have 5,000, which um, I was literally getting 5,500 a day, right? That's it. And I told her that and she was like, that is not walking. That is not walking. She was like, you have lots of time to do this. And I was like, no, I don't. And she was like, yes, you know. So yeah. Okay. So this is fun. I figured out how to do it. So Jenny says, I've tried a few things like that and it's going to go away in a second. So I am a work in we are all a work in progress, Jenny. That's awesome. Yes, we are until the day we see our maker. Okay. You're a work in progress drinking water, but you're doing much better. And you know what? When you start looking for little wins, like I drank more water today. If you had a way to track it to where you see that you got it, you may be a little more inclined to challenge it. But for sure, once you start seeing the win that you got it done, you'll notice more wins and then they'll spread out to other areas and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I saw this and this happened. And oh my gosh. Cause in the Facebook community, I'm always asking you guys, what's your win? What are you celebrating? Spring is trying to happen. That just makes me smile. Yes. I can't wait for it to fully get here, y'all. All right, what's the next one? All right, do you think of discipline as punishment or practice? We are about to hop off here in just a minute. All right, let's move to the next one. Let me tell you this. What is one thing you do track water? Okay, you track drinking water. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so what is one thing you already do consistently that used to feel hard? Somebody tell me. Yes. So for the last one, so it's a practice for sure. And when you start seeing it differently, you'll start doing things differently. That's the key because when we see things so negatively, we stay there and we're in a loop and it's no fun. Okay. Prior to today, discipline was punishment. Yes. So for, I want to say 20 years, okay, Delphine, it's a practice. That's amazing. So for like 20 plus years, I figured out that food was comfort. And then I hated my body for the way that I comforted myself with food. And then I tried to exercise to balance it all out, which made it crazy. And it was all punishment. And then in 2019, I hired a coach who completely changed my life in 4 months. And then I was able to stay with that coach and then became one of the big sisters. So I was able to mentor other women that were coming into the group because it was growing so fast that I was like, oh, coaching. I was like, this is what I was supposed to do my whole life. This is amazing. So then I went to coaching school and I learned all these things. And I was like, oh, I can't keep this to myself. I have to help as many people as possible because women are seriously like keeping themselves in their own self made prison. And there's no reason for that at all. Okay. I'm going to put this up on the screen because this is fun. Okay. I've consistently for 28 days had no carbs, no sugars. That's my discipline. Go. That's amazing. Good for you. That's a discipline. I'm so glad y'all came today. So let me just tell you, I want you to leave with this. Willpower will wear you out. Motivation will come and go. Discipline is the thing that changes your life because discipline is the practice of showing up consistently until it becomes part of who you are. If you want to stay connected and go deeper, then join my insider list. It is in the comments somewhere. Let's see. It's somewhere. There it is. Let me put it on the screen. carnivorelifestyle.com/insider. Let's see if we can copy it, drop it below. I'm pretty sure you ladies are in there. I can do this. Maybe. Okay, there we go. All right, so I am going to hop off in just a moment. I'm so thankful that you guys showed up today. I just want to remind you that you can change your entire life. It's just one step at a time. And the important thing is to figure out what discipline you want to practice and then practice that until it becomes automatic. And then you work on the next thing. Listen, I hope you join my insider list. I would love for you to join my Facebook group if you're not already in there. I will be here Sunday at 4 p.m. next week. If you guys have any topics you'd like me to cover, then you can send me an email at hello@carnivorelifestyle.com and I would love to teach on that. So I'll be polling the group this week. And thank you so much for being here, ladies. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you. Hey, she's here. You showed up. This is my new friend. I don't know what her real name is, but she has, tell us how many kids you have. I think it's 10. Do I have that wrong? Which is like amazing. She showed up. So I'll be here every Sunday at, thank you, Jenny. Thank y'all. I'm so glad you were here. This was the first one. It was a little nerve wracking, but it's going to be up on the channel. I got to go. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Booby Goats, come back next week. Come early. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.